What's going on, people? Hope everyone's good. I thought we'll have a moment of reflection. Why this channel is where it is, why people left, why I'm being called, all these different things. Let's just be real and have a moment of reflection here, yeah? Now, people had or have a massive problem with my dialogue towards Max becoming warmer. Not as critical, not as abusive, right? And he hasn't wronged me personally. The person that he wronged, or he didn't even wrong anyone. He benefited, yeah? But even, you know, Lewis Hamilton has moved on. He said what he's had to say to the fans, but the fans don't listen to him clearly. They have their own agendas, right? That's the first thing. But the real turning point on this channel was Hungary this year. Max Verstappen makes I wouldn't say dangerous, I'll say ambitious move on Lewis Hamilton, right? Lewis chooses not to stay in the move, he runs off the track, and that was it. Now afterwards, there was no penalty given. Lewis Hamilton didn't even bother go to the steward's office, and Ferrari themselves said Lewis ran off the track, it's not Max's fault. I'll say that last part again, yeah? Ferrari themselves said it's not it's not Max's fault. Lewis Hamilton ran off the track. It is what it is. It was left, yeah? Now all of a sudden fans want to jump up and down and say dirty driver this, dirty driver that. At the end of the day, there was no contact. Now you can say, oh, it's because Lewis ran off track. We'll never know, in a way, won't we? We'll never know if he would have made that work like he did in Spa when he was 17. Like I said, Lewis didn't lose anything. He didn't DNF. There was no contact. So I don't understand why people are going mad. Now, people didn't like the way I reacted. That's what this is truly about. People did not like the way I reacted. They instantly came here before I said anything. Oh, you see Max is a dirty driver. Did you see what he done to Lewis? I said, there's no problem. There's no problem what he done. He stuck a wheel in, right? Similar to Silverstone, when they made contact, a wheel is what made contact. Lewis's front wheel made contact with Max's rear wheel. You can start dividing it and saying, oh, but he didn't leave space. At the end of the day, that was the point of contact, right? Now, I believe, honestly, if Lewis Hamilton probably did stay in that move, they may have made contact and it would have been similar. It would have been Max's front wheel making contact with Lewis's rear wheel, right? And they probably would have had a similar accident. But they didn't because Lewis ran off track. There was no contact. What would be the penalty? Forcing another driver off the track. He ran off the track himself. He didn't get forced off. A collision. There was no collision. What would be the penalty? So anyway, like I said, people didn't like how I reacted to it. Yeah? That's where the issue came. All of a sudden, you're calling me fake. I'm getting abuse, accused of treachery, effectively. People that have praised me for years, all of a sudden saying I'm fake and all these different things. I'm a turncoat, wherever it may be. Why on earth would I want those people on the channel anymore? Now, it's nothing to do with disagreeing with me. You can disagree with me all the time. It's not a problem. There's trolls that have been on this channel that have disagreed with me and they're not blocked. Yeah? It's how you do it. Don't jump up and down saying, oh, you're the truth, you're the GOAT. And then when I say something you don't like, oh, you're fake, you're trying to grow your channel, you're Cameron F1 Jr. I can't respect people like that. Yeah? I can't respect people like that. All of a sudden I've said something you don't like, you're taking it there for no reason. Yeah? But here's the crucial part that I want you to understand here. Apparently I have a narrative, I'm trying to grow my channel, abusing Lewis Hamilton to appease Max Verstappen fans and all these different things, right? Think about other creators for a minute. Would they honestly miss an opportunity to reinforce their narrative? Any suitable thing will be used. Any suitable content, something that's happened, will be used by them to reinforce their narrative, right? So when Lewis crashed out in the Netherlands, where the fuck was my video? That'll be the perfect way to come back, right? Oh, it's not his fault, right? It's not his fault, right? And then he crashes out. See, I told you he's washed. I told you he's finished. Do you think I like seeing that? Do you think I liked seeing that? Where was the video? Because I don't like this guy anymore, right? I just want to abuse him. I want to criticize him. Where was the video? There was no video. You think I want to see him go through it? Anyway, let me calm down, man. It would be perfect, right? If that's what I wanted to do. But that's not what I want to do. All I want to do is react to what I'm seeing with honesty and integrity. Yeah? If I get things wrong, I get things wrong. No one's perfect, right? But to act like you know the reason why I'm doing things and you're in my head and stuff like that, it's just foolish, yeah? This is the generation we live in where people are so opinionated they believe that they're in someone else's head. Like I said, ultimately, that was the turning point, right? Because I had enough at that point. I don't understand how you could speak to me that way after... Like I said, even if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But to like say, oh, you're definitively trying to do this, you're doing this, you're definitely trying to do this now. It's just emotional people. Emotional people that can't stand to hear someone else's point of view. Let's not forget about Cameron F1. Cameron F1 has kept his head down, focused on Formula 1, made no noise, but might have points that you don't like. The amount of abuse that he gets for that is ridiculous. Yeah? I could understand me more to an extent. But Cameron has just kept his head down doing his thing. Oh, he's a sellout. He's this, he's that. Yeah? This is the community we live in. Spearheaded by conspiracy theorists. Now, honestly, can you tell a conspiracy theorist anything? Do they believe they're always right? Just look at some of these traits. Does this seem like anyone you know? Now, some of them, you could attach them to me. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But realistically, these are more suitable to be attached to other people rather than me. And that's where it comes from. You know, conspiracy theorists generally, not making too many assumptions here, but generally have rejected the world. Yeah? That's why they go to their conspiracy stuff. Because with that, if anyone says, oh, you're wrong or this or that, oh, you just don't see it. I'm smarter than you. Yeah? Which is what I've been told by certain people before. But realistically, all these people are the same. They're all unhappy and they all have a source of hatred and they want you to hate the same person. And that's all they do. They push content to hate people, to make themselves feel better. That's all it comes down to. That is all it comes down to. Now, if people want to treat me like the bad guy, that's fine. I've embraced it. Do you know what I mean? I don't see how the bad guy calls for respect, unity, moving on, peace, all these different things, and the good guys are calling for division, hatred, trolling, abuse. But cool. Obviously the world's upside down right now, isn't it? You know, but it is what it is. We move, you know. With regards to these other people, like I said, I'm not gonna get baited anymore and make content on these people. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, they can do what they want. It's fine. It just shows who is who, like I said. Yeah, but we're moving on. Like I said, we're not going to allow any distractions to distract us from what we're doing here. We're rebuilding, and we will rebuild this channel even better than before. Even better than before. And we will not engage with or promote anyone else on this channel. It's just me now. Just me and what I can do. My talents, my abilities, everything. And that's all it's going to be.